You're a pedophile protector, a pedophile protector, pedophile protector. I was a cop for 9 years. You're a pedophile protector, faggot. You're a pedophile protector.
Jesus. That got rough, didn't it? Oh my God. I hate this timeline, man. I hate this timeline. But yeah, that's what they're going after Bongino now. That's so bad. Jesus Christ. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the show. So yeah, things are getting really bad in America on both sides. Got a lot to talk about tonight. Trump seems to claim we won the war in Iran.
Wait, I thought it wasn't a war.
Right, but it wasn't a war because actually Congress never voted for it to be a war. Everybody's enraged about the Epstein files. Gas prices going through the roof. I mean, are we great yet? Are we great yet, guys? Is this what greatness feels like? Because I'm feeling pretty rough. I can't afford this timeline, man. Come on. Oh, so anyway, Mike, how are you?
Good. I can't complain. Things are weird here as usual. I mean, gas prices are going up, and I will tell you though, the visual support for MAGA has drained from the landscape around here. It's gone. There is almost no Trump signs. There's almost no real support. Occasionally you get one of the true believers, but all the houses that used to have all the Trump stuff, they don't have anything up anymore. Yeah. People are starting to realize it. They're starting to wake up. I mean, and the people that aren't fully waking up, at least they're starting to feel burned, and they're supporting Trump less and less. So
yeah, that's very true. Actually, I thought about that today. It's funny you bring that up because there's a guy here that actually used to own a Trump store. Like this guy had a Trump store with a fake NASCAR like propped up there with the Trump wrap on it. And this guy had a Trump flag outside his house for like 9 years. And that no longer has the store went out of business. Duh.
Well, fine, but
like you got to be a complete
but I mean,
idiot to open a Trump store. God damn it, people.
Yeah, like you got to really be like demented to think that's a long-term business model. But I mean, the support, again, we talked about this on Tuesday a little bit, how you're seeing all these videos online of Trump supporters waking up and showing regret. And it is too little too late because they have control of everything. And the people who voted for this put those people in power. So you could wake up all you want, but we're still at the mercy of a raging lunatic with dementia.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. So that's great that you're waking up and all. That's great that there's less people supporting Trump than there ever were. But the damage has been done, and now we're just trying to survive through it. And it's only going to get worse.
Yeah, pretty much. We haven't even started seeing the food shortages and the gas shortages. We're about to see people commit crimes just to survive, stealing food. Just to feed their family.
We were just talking about
being hyperbolic at all. I'm not even exaggerating a little bit.
We were just talking about this, right? The diesel is about $5 a gallon now near me. That's going to start driving food prices up. And when people can't afford food, people do what they need to do to get food. And I know Americans are not ready to accept that we're closer to that reality than we want to believe. But we're closer to that reality than we want to believe. Food prices are getting out of control. I mean, I get like 1-2 bags of groceries and it's $80 to $100.
That's insane.
That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. That's not
We haven't even seen the consequences of this war yet. I mean, we're starting to see it. It's only been a month, not even, I don't think, 3 weeks? Gas prices have gone up $1 and through. It's insane, and it just keeps getting worse. The Trump that's I remember that story. The guy that
Yeah.
hey, I shouldn't laugh, but honestly, if you voted for Trump, that Latinos for Trump always confuse the shit out of me.
I just saw someone who was, I believe, a story about a guy who was a Cuban immigrant. He had Trump tattooed on his arm. Deported.
Why? What happened to our timeline? I'm starting to think like the whole Mandela effect is real. We've actually dipped into some really stupid timeline.
Yeah, we're some offshoot.
And sorry. Anyway, let's get into it. I do have a big announcement at the end of the show. I'll try and hold my excitement until then, but something I'm extremely excited about. I think everybody's going to be down with. Let's get started. Let's start with Donald Trump somehow claiming that he solved prices. I don't know what that means.
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means.
I mean, I guess if I was an apologist, I would say he really meant to say that he's improving prices, but
I don't know what
solving prices is not a sentence. That doesn't make sense.
He also solved inflation. Here we go. I'll play the clip.
And you see all the information that's come out. We won in 2020 big. And I said, let's run. We got to run, because I saw what was happening. And the worst thing that I saw was all of these people. We've already solved inflation. We've solved prices. Oil is way down. Energy is way down.
What?
In the United States.
What? Either he's lying or that's what people are telling him. And he just is like, yep. I like
well,
that.
they might be telling him something that is a little more coherent, but his mashed potato brain doesn't know how to put it into actual words.
Yeah. So here we go. I made a video today that I'm going to show. And I made the reason I made this video, there was just my Trump supporting town. It hates my guts. And so there's a bunch of Trump supporters everywhere. It's hard to find somebody that's not supporting Trump, or at least just not involved in this at all. The gas station was packed, right? Full of old white people. So I'm like, oh, this is my opportunity. So I made this video and I was really loud about it. Are we great yet? Huh? MAGA? Remember, your vote did that. Your vote did that. What do you think's going to happen to food prices with diesel so high?
Oh shit, you're $3.99.
And I live in the country, bro. Like, there's nothing even close to me.
Yo,
I'm 2 to 3 hours from every major city.
I'm at $3.69, and I mean, I can't imagine what it's like in Manhattan. Like in the actual city, it's got to be.
LA's got to be insane.
Yeah,
LA has to be crazy on the West Coast. Jesus, man. But this is only the beginning. It's only been 3 to 4 weeks since this whole war kicked off. And it's already gone up $1.
Yeah.
And again, every time gas prices go up, that means food prices go up, because everything in this country is delivered via diesel truck. We don't have a
real good freight system, a rail system. We don't have any way. Yeah. Well, we might have a rail system if we weren't spending hundreds of billions of dollars on other things. But
well, that's the thing. We were planning on building one. There were plans in production to actually build a railway across the United States, like a high-speed rail. And then Donald Trump came in like, oh, that's stupid. Jesus Christ. So yeah, eventually there's either going to be people stealing food, prices are going to be astronomical, or worse yet, shipping companies can't afford to operate at a profit. You think they're going to deliver food at a loss? No. Shipping companies might just say, fuck this, I'm going into a different line of work.
Yeah, we'll just find something else.
Which means no food on the shelves. I really don't
understand. Jeremy, did you see this? He said there's a poll that said he's at 100% approval. He's at 100%.
I did see that.
Even though CNN is basically compromised news now, even they did not post a poll that said that Donald Trump was at 100%.
Compromised news network, CNN.
Oh, shit. Oh, crap.
Perfect. All right, so let's talk about how Trump is going around saying that we won the war in Iran. I have video proof that will say otherwise, but here's it's him saying that Iran is finished. Like, we're doing massive day. We're this close from using a nuke. They've already dropped the Moab.
Guard. Yay.
They've already dropped the Moab, which I don't know if you guys don't know. It stands for Mother of All Bombs. I looked it up. It's like 21,600 pounds.
Oh.
worth of bomb. It's the largest non-nuclear bomb that we have in our arsenal. It's actually the bomb that Biden refused to give to Israel because Israel was requesting it for whatever reason. I don't know. And I remind everybody, Israel has nukes that we've never seen and really know nothing about other than the fact that they have them, which is terrifying. You know what I'm saying? These people are trying to bring about the second coming. Well, they're trying to start Armageddon and end the world. I won't say which country. We all know which country. And then Christian nationalists are trying to bring about the second coming of Jesus. And God, they're going to be disappointed when he shows up as a brown-skinned Palestinian.
Yeah, oh man, they're going to be so upset.
I can't wait to see that Jesus ain't white. Oh my God, dude, their minds are going to explode.
Oh man, it'll be, like if there's one thing I want to happen, it's that. Just so
that would be so satisfying. If
and
that
I'll be the first
happened,
convert. I'll be like, look, all right, I was wrong. Atheism was wrong. There is clearly a God, and you just trolled all the evangelicals. So
that would be. I would
that
actually,
itself is a miracle.
Ends and that happens, and I get to see that. I will die a happy person because I will die laughing hysterically when they figure out that Jesus wasn't white. Oh, it's going to be so good. Anyway, here's Trump saying that we've obliterated Iran, and I'm going to show you some bombs that we're dropping in Iran, which is insane.
Militarily won in Iran? What did you mean by that? He said the war was militarily won in Iran. What did you mean by that?
Oh, I think we've won. We've knocked out their Navy, their Air Force. We've knocked out their anti-aircraft. We've knocked out everything. We're roaming free. From a military standpoint,
none
all
of this
they're
is
doing
true,
is
by the way.
clogging up the strait. But from a military standpoint, they're finished.
So how much longer does the American...
How?
Now,
wait a minute. Wait. How are they clogging up the strait if they don't have a military, a navy, if they don't have an air force, if they don't have drones, if they have nothing? If we knocked out Iran militarily, and Trump just defined that as destroying every facet of their military, okay? And then he goes on at the end of that same sentence to say all they're doing is clogging up the strait. Yeah. How are they doing that? Are they all chewing gum and putting gum in the strait to clog it up?
Right.
How are they doing that?
Yeah,
but see, that's the problem is that we've normalized his incompetence so much that everyone just lets him talk, and it's left to people like us. It's left to commentators to break it down because the news doesn't do dick anymore. They just let him ramble. Someone should call him out. That was a perfect example of someone saying, you just said you knocked out their Navy and their Air Force. How are they blocking the strait? And he would have said, oh, you're a nasty reporter.
He's just mad that they're letting everybody through but our allies and us. He's just pissed about that. And now China's making people pay for oil in their currency, which if we get cut off from the rest of the world as a result of this administration, I don't think you guys understand. If the dollar is no longer the world's currency, we are fucked in a way we have never been fucked before without consent by Donald Trump. Seriously, if the US dollar is no longer the world's currency, that means that we are irrelevant and our currency means nothing. The stock market would collapse. Like this AI bubble is going to pop soon. There's so much shit that people are not we're trying to see what's happening next. Like that's what me and Mike do. We can report on what's happening, but we can also try and at least be a little proactive for once in this movement and try and figure out what they're doing. Okay. If we have to try and put pieces together to do it, but we've been right about a lot of shit, including Project 2025 before most people even knew about it. So I wish people would just start fucking listening to us for once. You know what I'm saying? Because I would love to be wrong. Right, Mike? We've talked about this. I would love to be wrong about shit sometimes.
Well, we're never right about anything good. We've never been like, oh, Trump is dead.
Right. There's so much apathy in America right now. That's what bothers me is people are just like, whatever. Because life has been so shitty for most people in America for so long that honestly, we just there was a point in my life where I didn't give a fuck about any of this stuff. I didn't care about politics or like social issues. None of that stuff. I woke up one day and decided to start doing what I'm doing. It led to this, but it started with me just starting to research and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? There's too many people that really have no idea the effects of what this government's doing. They just see it and think it's the same clown show over and over again.
I think a big part of the apathy that you mentioned is because a lot more people than I want to admit were right, say about the Democrats. Not that I was ever someone who was like, oh, I'm blindly loyal to the Democrats, but I had hoped that they were the party that as increased threat spread throughout our country and our government, they would be there to maybe safeguard it. And
Yeah.
they're not doing that. So we lost the media. We lost an opposition party. We don't have an opposition party in this government.
No.
Okay. We have John Fetterman. That's what we have.
Don't get me started.
So,
Don't get me started.
Yeah, I know. So the reason
God.
we have apathy in this country and have had it for so long is because everyone's right. No one's fighting for us.
No
one.
No, we're cooked as a country. And it's going to take a long time to recover from this, if ever. But we got to start being active. We got to proactive. We got to start taking the next steps, not just reacting to everything like that. I'm really conflicted about not going to No Kings 3. I've decided that I'm not going to participate after all, just because I just feel like it's performative. We're telling them where we're going to be. We're telling them what day, what time. We're getting permits like that. Come on, man. You know what I mean? Signs still no. It's just I think, evolved beyond that point. The movement has to move forward in some way. And I think what we're going to talk about at the end of the show is something that hopefully could help a lot of people. But anyway, I want to go back to what's happening and the types of the shit that's happening. We can talk over this video, but just look at this shit. This is the stuff that's going on in Iran. Look at this. Look at the shockwave. You can actually see the shockwave.
Jeez. I mean, it's amazing.
Look at that shit.
Wow. Fuck.
That's a real video. I don't know why they're cheering.
Who knows? But it's amazing how many of us have spent so long seeing videos of just people being bombed. Like, I mean, think about from after 9/11 when we went into Iraq and we just started obliterating them.
I know, right? I know. For weapon.
And since then, we've been watching from Iraq to Afghanistan.
Yeah. For weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah, we just keep watching the same bullshit, fake ass war for decades.
That's what we were told by a certain country that will not be named because they're banning channels for talking shit about him. But I do have a video of him. One big thing everybody needs to know is Iran is now. I don't know if you guys heard about the attack on the attempted attack on the joint UK-US base in Diego Garcia.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So they shot 2 missiles allegedly from Iran, and they're trying to say that now they have missile capabilities that will go up to 4,000 kilometers. Okay. That's a long range. Okay. That's a threat to all of Europe. That involves all these. Okay. So that expands Iran's capabilities to attack pretty much the entire region, including beyond Europe. However, Iran has come out saying, no, we only have missiles that go 2,000 kilometers at most. We don't even have missiles that go that far. So if you put 2 and 2 together, we'll just say that potentially a different country that will, again, not be named, may or may not have, allegedly for legal reasons. This could be it could have been a false flag operation. Okay. I'm just throwing it out there. Could have been. I'm not saying it was, but if Iran is telling, I'm like, who do you believe more right now? Okay.
Well,
our government in the country with the blue and white flag or anybody else?
And again, people need to understand because MAGA doesn't understand how you could have complex feelings about situations.
No,
we're not saying Iran is a wonderful regime.
No, God,
and they're just being targeted because that they're just being targeted for no reason. There obviously are problems in the country, and their own people will tell you that. We don't need to speak on that. But right now in this war, because I'm not going to use the word conflict, I'm not going to use the word operation. In this war right now, Iran is not the aggressor. Iran didn't do anything. Right. Our own intelligence says so. So
that's why
who do you believe? Who are you going to believe?
Well, the guy that just quit, the guy who was in charge of counterterrorism, came out and said that they weren't going to do anything. And so it's like, oh my God, dude. Who are you going to believe at this point? I don't believe shit that comes out of the White House. Like, you're naive as hell if you believe anything that comes out of this freaking propaganda network. This is beyond Hitler's, Goebbels, and their wildest dreams, because now they have news networks, social media.
Well, all they had to do back then was put out news briefings and put out a few speeches once in a while, and that was the extent of the information people could gather. Now you have to worry about AI, you have to worry about literal fake news, you have to worry about misrepresented facts, you have to worry about blatant lies, and video proof is so much stronger than written word. Nowadays, when people see something, they believe it, and the context around it is fragile and sacred. If you're going to lie, if you're going to misrepresent what is happening, it is going to have ripple effects because people are going to believe it. Media has always been the bastion of what holds a society together. If you don't have a media that you can trust, you have nothing.
That's the one thing I like to take pride in our show. Like, we don't come out and lie to you at all. Like, well, you know what I mean? We try and put pieces of the puzzle together. Maybe some of our theories are a little bit wild at times, but we've never just blatantly lied to any of you guys ever on the show. That's what we wanted this show to be based on, is just, you know, the truth as we can gather it. And just, but you know me, I overanalyze things too, which I think you do the same thing, which I think makes us good at what we do. But I want to show you another video about why this could be, again, allegedly a false flag operation. Netanyahu is alive, unfortunately, and is coming out now and really being public about, now that he's saying that Iran is now a bigger threat to Europe. Like, they're trying to get NATO involved, I believe is what's going on, because Trump is really pissed that none of all our allies are like, yeah, we don't want any part of this.
Well, I mean, he's pissed because he doesn't understand how it works. We started a preemptive war without their support, and now he's going, why aren't you just helping us? Why aren't you just joining us in war? Because that's not how it works. You can't just go to fucking war when you feel like it. That's not how a functioning world works. Right. That has to be condemned. That has to be flat out the not acceptable option. And Trump went with the not acceptable option, and now he doesn't understand why he's not being praised for it, and people aren't lining up to support him.
It's crazy. But listen to this propaganda and tell me if you just don't get like the hair on the back of your neck.
If anyone needed an explanation,
he's been missing for like 2 weeks.
Why Iran is
now all of a sudden he's come out after this missile attack conveniently to promote this shit.
You got it in the last 48 hours. In the last 48 hours.
Wow, that's very false flagging.
I'm telling you, right? This is the shit.
There's a children's nursery here. There's an
all right.
Oh, they're talking about a children's nursery?
Yep.
Civilians, families.
This happened. Oh my God. You know what this reminds me of?
They use cluster bombs, which are
this reminds me of when after Charlie Kirk got killed. This dude came out 15 minutes or so after Charlie Kirk was murdered and made a post on X and a video, a propaganda video about how him and Charlie Kirk are like best of friends and shit like that.
That's a little pre-planned.
Right. And now he's been missing out of the public eye for like a week, at least 10 days probably. And then now all of a sudden this missile attack, he's out immediately doing the same shit. This is killing me, man. I don't trust these. Between the Zionists and the Christian nationalists, dude, working together, which is such an oxymoron.
Terrifying. That is terrifying to me. Because you're going to put this type of military power in the hand of evangelical American Christians, and you're going to see what terror looks like on this planet.
This is the president right here. You're looking at the president of the United States.
Yep, you're right. Donald Trump is not the functional president of the United States.
This is who's running the United States.
Trump has correctly said that Israel, the United States and Israel in this.
So yeah, after Charlie Kirk got killed, he came out immediately. We love Charlie Kirk. I'm so sorry. It's like, damn, that was fast as shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, now he does it again. This gives me vibes. Sorry. But anyway, let's get back to the war in Iran and Americans and how dumb they are for supporting this. Like, they're all on board. The Christian nationalists, because it's weird. The Zionists in Israel, I always have to be careful how I say this. Even saying that word right there is allegedly being anti-Semitic. I didn't know that. That's what they're saying now. So the Zionists don't believe in Jesus. They think Jesus, if they follow not the Torah, but what's the other one? The Talmud?
Yeah.
Talmud thinks Mary was a whore. It literally says Mary was a whore and Jesus is rotting in hellfire and shit. That's what it says. And people and Christian nationalists like, yeah. What?
You know why? Because the Christian nationalists feel that they're just using everyone else to bring about Jesus's return. They look at it like, if we'll use you as a convenient tool, we don't have to care what you say because you're just beneath us. I think that's
like
what
they're trying to prove each other wrong. It's like they're trying to bring about Jesus and be like, see, ha 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 ha. Well, billions of people on the planet are dead. Oh my God, it's so bad. But the crazy part about all this, like Hegseth, not just Hegseth, but Lindsey Graham. You know how Lindsey Graham is. He gets super excited about war. This dude can't wait to bomb the shit out of people. Here's a video of him saying he's going to go to South Carolina and ask all the people there to go fight in this war. Good luck.
Allies step up, get our air bases out of Spain. They're not reliable. Move all those airplanes to a country that would let us use them when we're threatened by a regime like Iran. To our friends in Spain, man, you've lost your way. I don't want to do business with you anymore. I want our air bases out of Spain into a country that will let us use them. To our Arab friends, I've tried to help you construct a new Mideast. You need to up your game here. I can't go to South Carolina and say we're fighting and you won't publicly fight. What you're doing behind the scenes, that has to stop. The double dealing of the Arab world when it comes to this stuff needs to end. I go back to South Carolina. I'm asking them to send their sons and daughters over to the Mideast. What I want you to do in the Mideast, to our friends in Saudi Arabia and other places, step forward and say, this is my fight too. I join America. I'm publicly involved in bringing.
It's not anyone's fight because it's not a real fucking thing that we're fighting them for.
Yeah, it's not.
They're not doing anything. Think about it. We went in there, we bombed them there. They said they're not going to do regime change. They clearly didn't because they put a younger version of the exact same man in charge.
Yeah.
All right. They're not doing it to gain access to oil because our oil access is now compromised. So what the hell is that for? They're not doing it to liberate the people because they didn't. They didn't do anything. No. They're not doing it for women's rights, for this or that, for any reason. And we're still doing it. And now Hegseth wants $200 billion more for a war that Donald Trump said at the beginning of the show that we're done. We beat them. We have no reason to be fighting them anymore because we defeated them. So why do we need $200 billion more dollars to fight a war that isn't a war that we already won?
Exactly. Now, the crazy part about all of this is they're coming out straight up and saying, now the Christian nationalists are, okay, now, again, the Zionists believe Jesus isn't a prophet, but Islam says that Jesus is a prophet. Like they actually recognize Jesus as a very important person in history. And so it's crazy that they're coming out, the Christian nationalists who believe in Jesus are supporting people that don't believe in Jesus. They believe Mary was a whore and fighting against people that believe Jesus was a prophet. Make it make sense, people. If anything, we should be joining with Islam and the Muslims. You know what I'm saying? At least the Christians should. If that's the case, they believe Jesus was a prophet, very important person. I think that's something you should at least explore.
Evangelicals might memorize the Bible, but they know nothing about their religion or the history of religion in general. They don't.
The Bible's been distorted over so many years now, right? How many versions of the Bible have been written that are there's
Well, don't get me started with the concept of versions of religious texts and the invalidity that it promotes.
It's crazy. So, all right, here is Pete Hegseth just coming out and saying our enemy is Islam.
In Afghanistan, name the Islamist enemy, whether they are Sunni or Shia, because this is a Shia regime, Sunni or Shia, and Iran's been willing to harbor them as long as that group is willing to try to kill Americans. So the enemy of their enemy has been their friend as well in the Islamist world. So Iran, whether it's Iraq, whether it's Afghanistan, whether it's around the world, has been targeting Americans. And what they wanted in this context, and what President Trump would not tolerate, is a regime of that nature being closer and closer to nuclear capabilities.
Which is the same talking point that the certain blue and white flag country has been saying for 40, 50 years. Iran's getting the bomb in 2 weeks. Iran's getting the bomb in 2 weeks. Sounds like Donald Trump promising health care.
Yeah, they've been saying that for decades, that Iran has been 2 weeks away from a bomb or 2 months or 6 months or whatever. But no, Iran didn't do anything to anybody. We just decided on behalf of another country to bomb the shit out of them. I can't believe that we got sucked into this, but we've seen over the last year really how corrupt our government is. Like Mike and I have gotten to the point where both sides, we understand that both sides of the problem. We're not one of those people that are going to sit here and say vote Democrat no matter what anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because we understand that other forces and their pocketbooks are involved.
Yeah, look, I'm going to tell you, you vote for who your conscience tells you to vote for. I'll always tell you to vote for who your conscience tells you to vote for. But if you ask me if the Democratic Party is going to solve our problems the way it currently stands, and with the people and leadership that are in the current places, no. Okay, Chuck Schumer is not going to lead this country out of fascism. Hakeem Jeffries is not going to lead this country out of fascism.
Nope.
That's it. Sorry.
90 out of 100 senators get money from a certain country. They're all paid off, man. Let's just call it what it is. You know what I mean? They're all bought and paid for. So it's not, yeah, and they're using us. They're just using us and sucking us dry. That's all we are. We're a resource, a very stupid.
Because they're a parasite, and we're the host country that lets them milk us for everything we're worth. We now have become a zombie country that is just functioning for the will of another. That's it. If Trump too has taught us anything, it is that America is no longer under its own destiny.
Not even a little bit. But while this war is going on, though, you want to see what Trump was doing? And I witnessed this motorcade, dude. I actually was. Actually, my first trip to DC, I actually got to see his motorcade. They went to the Kennedy Center. It is ridiculous, dude. It is fucking ridiculous. And I looked at, like, this is hundreds of thousands of dollars being spent right now just to transport this fat fuck around. You know what I'm saying?
And what is he doing? What did he do this weekend while we're at war or not war with Iran and maybe giving another $200 billion to fund it? He's golfing.
Yeah, this is what he's doing right now. He's in Florida golfing. I don't know who's singing and what they're singing. I can't tell if that's a fan of his or if they're protesting.
I don't care.
I don't know. This singing makes me laugh every time. I'm sorry. I don't know what that is. All right, I got it from Twitter. Okay, what do you expect? It's crazy. That is a very good comment. That is a very, very good comment. And you are 100% correct. Yep. A certain couple of families who will remain nameless, you can look it up yourself, at some point decided to introduce their version of Judaism, which is, of course, Zionism, into Christianity. They also owned the publication companies that distributed these Judeo-Christian. It was called the Schofield Bible. Look it up. That's the one Charlie Kirk believed in. That was how we have this current situation. This has been something that has been planned out and plotted for decades. I mean, we're talking about like the 1920s that this has been going on.
Yeah. It's been going on as long as the Nazification of America.
Yeah, it's been here the whole time. It's been Zionism and Nazism are one and the same. I think people need to understand that.
It seems like
so is Christian nationalism. It's all Nazism. It's been in this country since we had originated here. Okay, first we had Jim Crow laws. Nazis came over, and they're like, "Whoa, that's a little extreme," and then they went home and did their thing, and it's just been brewing in this country. We never penalized anybody.
South Africa tried it. And why? Because all the Nazis that went from Germany to Canada ended up in South Africa, and they wanted to be Nazis.
Yeah, like Elon Musk's grandfather used to be a Canadian Nazi. He moved to South Africa after, they couldn't be Nazis anymore. He's like, damn it. They moved to South Africa and continued on. That was what apartheid is. It's all the same thing. It's just different names. It honestly originated in the United States, which is crazy. So, all right, moving on. Matt, what's his name died? Robert Mueller recently died.
Oh yeah, Bob Mueller.
Yeah, and Donald Trump posted he just said he's glad he's dead. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
The guy has no class.
Right. And they're out there defending his actions. Like Scott Bessent goes on the news. It's like, you don't know what he's been through. It's like,
my favorite thing is that people are going, the Democrats. I saw a comment that was like, the Democrats ruined a good man by making him investigate the Russia hoax. And then it was, a comment to that was like, Trump's own guy put Mueller in charge of that investigation while Trump was president. Why are we forgetting history? Trump's own
Right.
Department of Justice was investigating him for that.
I know, it's like people's memories are so short these days. But here's Scott Bessent on the news defending Donald Trump's actions, which is right on par for these bootlickers.
Ask you on a different topic about a post by President Trump from yesterday responding to the death of former special counsel Robert Mueller. He posted this, quote, "Robert Mueller just died. Good, I'm glad he's dead. He can no longer hurt innocent people." Do you think it's appropriate for the President of the United States to celebrate the death of an American citizen, someone who's a Bronze Star, Purple Heart recipient and who served in Vietnam?
Kristen, I was with the President in the green room at Davos, and there was a video playing of the what may have been an illegal raid on his home at Mar-a-Lago. They are going through his wife's wardrobe, and I watched the look in his eye, and I think that neither one of us can understand what has been done to the president and to his family.
Oh,
playing the victim.
You know, Donald Trump has always used tweets and social media to influence public opinion, to influence the topics, to influence the conversation around him. And he's always just been his absolute worst when he's behind his phone. And as bad as that is, because it shows what a classless just animal he is.
Yeah.
He also tweeted, was it this morning or yesterday? I can't remember, that right after Iran, the biggest threat to America is the Democratic Party.
Yep. I actually have one of his posts pulled up right now.
We are now at a point where we're going to be putting not National Guard. We're going to be putting ICE agents in airports. We have ICE agents still killing people in the streets. And we have elections that we're pretty sure are going to be policed by ICE agents.
Yeah.
And he's still posting on social media how American citizens are the greatest enemy to America.
You know what's funny about this? I love this. My username on Instagram is the radical left thug. Okay. If I'm not just going out there right there. Oh, you know, whatever. The radical left Democrats have hurt so many people with their vicious and uncaring ways. Blah, 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 blah. But then he goes down and calls us fascists as well. Radical left, this, that, and the other. This is a ramblings of an insane person. But anyways, he looks forward to ICE moving in onto the airports on Monday. He's told them to get ready. No more waiting. No more games. Okay, first of all, illegal immigrants are not coming through airports. You dumb fuck. I mean, this is ridiculous. So, you know what I'm saying? This, I think, my theory, again, we try to predict what's going to happen here. My theory, he's trying to prevent us from leaving. Okay. I'm terrified right now because my mother, who is German, has a very heavy German accent, is getting ready to fly to Georgia. Okay. I've seen videos of these ICE agents saying, you don't sound American. Like, I sort of fucking God, if something were to happen to my mom, bro, you would see me on the national news because I don't know how big of a crash out I would have. I damn sure would not be crying about it on social media. I would freak the fuck out. She's been here for 50 years, married to a guy who served 22 years in the army, fucking 2 wars. My dad served in Vietnam and Desert Storm. Okay. If they were to take my mom out, I would crash the fuck out. She was born in occupied Poland during Nazi Germany and now can possibly be deported for no fucking reason other than she has an accent and wasn't born here by Nazi America. Can you imagine my anger at that point? I don't even want to say, but I just gets my blood boiling to think that that's even a possibility. She's been here 50 years and is worried about being deported. That makes me very angry. And she's 82 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the stuff I have to deal with.
And yet still no gang members deported, right? No rapists deported. No. Well, I mean,
not a single pedophile no
rapists even investigated.
Bars. Yeah, that's involved in this. But no, she was orphaned as a result of the Nazis and was adopted by a German woman who was forced sterilized by the Nazis because she had a bad leg. And the Nazis don't like people with disabilities to reproduce. So they just sterilize them and make sure they can't have kids. That's the type of shit we're dealing with. We just haven't seen it yet. Okay. But if they're, I think we have references in history to follow. Like, why are we not doing that? We know what the Nazis did in Germany. Okay. Are we going to be the same country that just sits around and does nothing while millions upon millions of people, possibly billions? Let's be real. This is a worldwide event. Okay. This is World War III. This is not going to stop.
Yeah, people don't
understand. It's
understand.
Get worse.
People don't understand. World wars don't like start as big as they end up.
Right.
Like that's not how it works. But this conflict is going to start drawing in other people. And then people like Russia and China, don't forget, the next thing that's going to happen that's going to agitate the entire world is when China tries to take Taiwan. And when I say try, they will, because Taiwan can't possibly defend itself against China. So when China decides to take Taiwan and no one's around to say boo anymore because America has no standing, NATO's weakened, Russia's emboldened, Iran is just kicking the crap out of the Middle East, what's going to happen then? Then we're going to lose even more democracy, and fascism is going to have even more of a hold on this world.
And it's like our system is so corrupt, like we talked about earlier. Even voting Democrat, it's like getting your leg cut off and then being like, "Here's a Band-Aid, cover that up." You know what I'm saying? It's just the same, just different title, but the same agenda. It's crazy right now. Like the whole system needs to be revamped. We can't just keep putting Band-Aids on this. We're bleeding out as a country. It's ridiculous. So yeah, ICE will be at the airports, and guess who's in charge? Guess who the fuck is in charge? Tom Homan.
Tom Nazi boy Homan.
Tom Homan, who we have talked about many times on this show. He is part of Project 2025, part of the Heritage Foundation.
He is a Nazi.
I've shown you videos multiple times, even on social media, of him doing the Nazi salute.
And he's a proud racist bigot piece of crap. He is proud of what he is. He knows what he is, and he acknowledges what he is, and he's proud of it.
Yeah. So what I'm going to talk about after this video is this is kind of the reason. Like, I think people need to understand, if you have black or brown skin in this country, you are a fucking target. And if you are people like Mike and I with white skin that talk like we do, we are really a target, because we're out there and being against this regime, which is a big no-no. So what we're talking about at the end is like, somehow we got to come together or we are going to be cooked, because this administration and the Heritage Foundation and Project 2025, they want a white-only America. They want a white Christian nationalist country. I am not exaggerating even a little bit. I'm not. This is as serious as it gets. Okay, these people are so dangerous. But yeah, we're good. Don't worry about it, Blake. I got you, bro. I saw your comment there. But here, let me go ahead and play this video of Tom Homan, because he's the one in charge of this operation. Again, ICE officers have been trained for 47 days. Okay, we've had reports of ICE officers shooting themselves during training. Some of these people probably have never ever touched any of this equipment before in their entire lives. They get 47 days of training, do like 15 push-ups and like 37 sit-ups and like some pull-ups. And that's literally the physical training that you get. We all saw the Dean Cain video of him doing the obstacle course, which was a joke. And I was in the Air Force. Okay, so if I'm saying that obstacle course is a joke, it's a joke. Okay, but anyway, here's the video, the CNN Compromise News Network.
President Trump posted on Truth Social, quote, "If the radical left Democrats don't immediately sign an agreement to let our country, in particular our airports, be free and safe again, I will move our brilliant and patriotic ICE agents to the airports, where they will do security like no one has ever seen before." Now, in a subsequent post, he said that he instructed ICE agents to be ready by Monday. And now the president is saying that you, sir, are going to be in charge. How is that going to work? Are ICE agents going to move into American airports starting tomorrow, Monday?
Yes. And I'm currently working on the plan now of execution, working with the director of ICE and the administrator at TSA, the acting administrator. So we'll put together a plan today, and we'll execute tomorrow.
Guy, was he just slurring his words?
Yeah, he was really bad. So,
but like, I'm trying to understand how ICE has any authority in airports.
They don't.
Like, I understand the concept of immigration, customs enforcement, but they're not putting them in charge of customs. They're putting them at gates, and they're going to be posting them to what?
That's right.
To do what?
Later in the video, he actually says we'll have them make sure that people don't enter through the exit signs. I was like, what does that even mean? So yeah, they're just going to have ICE agents all over, militarized, masked people. Okay. Masked men and women. There are women involved too, but masked federal agents with absolute immunity running around America's airports.
Yep.
Are you kidding me? This is going to be a disaster.
Wait. Guys that are completely untrained already have proven that they can't react well under pressure, and they're going to be in a place that is full of anxiety, anxious energy and chaos.
Yeah.
Busy airports are anxiety-inducing loony bins.
Right
and
now,
you're going to have a bunch of
out
untrained people with hairpin triggers.
Yeah, there's actually lines outside of the airport waiting to just get through security and shit like that. That's how bad it is, because ICE, they're not getting paid. They're not getting
And
ICE is still
exactly.
getting paid.
And what is ICE going to do?
TSA
Start patting down people and come on.
I've seen videos of ICE agents pointing guns at people because they don't sound American. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have an accent, Jesus, oh my God, this is going to be a complete and utter disaster. So
people are going to get shot within a month. Someone's getting shot in an airport.
Yeah. So, all right, real quick, I want to talk about our next project that is absolutely I'm really excited for. I talked to Mike about it briefly before the show. We're starting our own organization. We've decided to. My experience in Philadelphia was amazing. I have no regrets whatsoever. I had a lot of fun and learned a lot. Oh my God, did I ever? And I made some great relationships with a lot of people, and all the people that are still involved, like all the because I was trying to recruit for the White Lion Party, but I just wasn't making any progress. You know, they wanted everything run through one person, and I was losing people. I was losing people as a result because I couldn't get any answers. Like, what are we doing next? I couldn't get any answers. So
you
we
couldn't
decided,
make any headway.
Right. So all the people that I've recruited are still involved with me. Like, I've got a bunch of people that are ready to go. Talk to combat veterans. Like, our goals are still the same, but we want to start moving on to trying to unite people, as many people as possible. So we actually started something called the Unity Project, which, if you want, there's we do have a GoFundMe set up for it. It's going to be a big nationwide initiative. Like, I do this full time, so I'm willing to travel. So my whole thing was I could go around the country and start setting up communities. The goal is to build self-sustaining communities. Okay. We need communities that can rely on one another for not only protection, but like, we're trying to build community gardens. We got people that are good at agriculture that are involved, or horticulture, or whatever it is. We're talking about going to local farmers and saying, let's do a bunch of farmers markets where they can bring local crops. We can support local farmers and, you know, get our crops directly from them, as opposed to, because there's going to be food shortages and stuff like that. So we need to build communities that are able to somehow rely on one another, because the government has completely abandoned us. So we are going to be setting up chapters. And yes, we are a pro Second Amendment movement. Okay. We're not going to be shy about it, that if you are legally allowed to carry guns, I've always said you need to be able to protect yourself. Like, some people out there, like Mike, has never owned a gun or shot a gun before, but even he is considered it at this point to at least learn how to use one. You know what I mean? Because I actually recently took somebody to the range who has never shot before, taught them how to shoot, and now they absolutely loved it. And they want to go out and get one of their own. She's super
I look at it this way. You say it's a pro Second Amendment movement. I like to look at it as it's a pro Constitution movement.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Because the Constitution is not the problem with our country.
No, it's the people that are trying to do it. Well, they're wiping their ass with it.
Yes.
We don't have right
It's pretty good. Right. It could be better. It's missing some things. It could be better, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
if our government was actually acting in accordance with the Constitution, things wouldn't be as fucked up as they are, and we wouldn't need to try, even though we still should, but we wouldn't as desperately need to try and build a community side of things to protect itself, because we know the government won't protect us. We need to start protecting ourselves.
Yeah. So I had a lot of people come to me and be like, why don't you set something up and we'll just do this all? And I've made a decision. Like, I'm not running shit. Okay. This is going to be a group effort. This is not about one person. I don't care. I don't mind being on camera and being the face of it, just because I've been a target for so long now. I've kind of gotten used to it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not for the weak of heart, because this is dangerous. Like, I can't even tell you how many death threats I've gotten. People driving by my house. My address has been posted on the internet so many times I can't even keep up with it. Honestly, I'm not even exaggerating a little bit. That's how dangerous this shit is. But a lot of people, like, I understand we need logistical, like any the key to winning any battle, any war is logistics.
Logistics.
The people on the front line. So we need people in the background that are good at stuff like fundraising, because I freaking suck at it. And we need people that are good at social media, that are good at administrative
messaging.
It's going to be a layered effort. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that wants to be involved, like, we need people that just give a shit about other people. That's all you need to be involved in this. We just need you to care enough about other people to spend your time, and yes, sometimes your money, to help people that are less fortunate. Okay. Like, I wish I was rich so I could just fucking help people. That's all I really want, is to just make life better for at least a few people. But we want to do it more on a bigger scale. Like, we do want to set up chapters. That's what I've learned. We need organization in each state. This is going to be a nationwide effort. And we're not even kidding. This is going to be a nationwide effort. I'm willing to travel. I'm willing to meet with people that want to start and learn how to set up self-sustaining communities. Like, I'm talking to people in Philly about setting up community gardens, because I made a lot of contacts down in Philly. Also talking about doing food drives, places we can get resources to get more food. Stuff like this is hopefully going to be huge. And we're starting, well, we've already started. Like, we're just kind of picking up from where I left off. So instead of just focusing on Philadelphia, though, because I have people all over the country. Like, I have people in Virginia. I have people out in freaking Portland, Oregon. You know what I'm saying? That are involved in this. This is literally all the people that I've been talking to over the last 2 months, organizing, because that's what I've been doing. They still want to be down with the fight. They just don't want to be involved in the other organization that I was with for the couple of months there. I mean, it's a shame, though, because I really did. I don't regret it going down there at all. I just understand that we need to move faster, and we need to be building quickly. And not everybody can travel to Philadelphia, because that was one of the requirements, is that you had to come to Philly. And I'm like, that's just not realistic these days, especially when we have the internet. We can communicate with each other online.
It's also very ableist.
Yeah.
And it's very much not looking at the bigger picture of, we're experiencing a country now where there are American citizens who can't travel across state lines as safely anymore, like trans Americans, LGBTQ Americans. You know, if you're going to expect someone to fight for their community, you need to meet them on their battlefield.
Right. And I'm just so everybody's aware, like, I'm still involved with Chairman Africa with the New Jersey Black Panthers, the new African Black Panther Party. Me and him are still working together, and he's the one that does like after school programs. I've seen that he has boxing programs for kids. He has basketball programs for kids. He actually helps kids that can't get to school. He'll go personally drive them to school and pick them up. Like, you guys probably remember him from the video that went viral when Newark got raided by ICE, and he did not hold back, which is why I love the guy. But me and him built an amazing relationship over the last couple of months. Like, I love the guy, one of my favorite people on this entire planet. So me and him are still working together, and we're trying to make this as big as possible. And he understands the abilities we have with social media and YouTube. Like, me and him are doing a show. We just did our first show on Thursday, which is really good.
Yeah, it was fun.
We talked about liberalism and why liberalism technically, really could be a problem too, because not voicing your opinion on something that you don't agree with, like, we have to have disagreements and somehow come to some kind of middle ground. You know what I mean? That is really the whole point of coming together. We can't always be so one-sided. We have to understand everybody sees things differently. Everybody understands things differently, but we need to listen to one another. That's why this isn't about one person. Like, we need to come together because shit's going to get bad. Shit is going to get bad. We have an opportunity now to come together on a massive scale, and we're going to try. And I'm going to use our platforms for it. We also have on Instagram, we have a page. It's the unityparty.us. If you want to follow that, if you guys want to help us out, there is a GoFundMe. And like I said, we're going to be moving quickly, and you're going to see me, and I'll be posting videos from all over the country with all the people that I meet, because we want people that are going to be chapter leaders that want to lead, that understand that I do want chapter leaders to not carry, but at least have the ability to carry, be okay with guns, because it's going to be about protection too, because we have ICE to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump is just seconds away from turning the military on us as well, or at least try to. We have to have the ability to protect ourselves. Okay, this is not about violence. This is not about starting anything or plotting anything or anything like that. It's a reactionary force. Okay, we need to be able to properly defend ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, well, I understand not everybody's like that though. Okay,
but it's something that we've lost touch with because of a false sense of security we have with our security systems and locked doors and we have police, right? Wonderful police that just protect the neighborhoods.
Yeah,
but no, we forgot what it means to have to protect your homestead and what it means to have to protect your belongings, your people, your property. And we don't know in our lifetimes what it means to have to protect yourself from your government.
But see, here's the about like when people start starving, that's when shit gets extreme. Okay, when people can't afford food, that's when shit is going to hit the fan. Okay, when you're putting in extreme condition that you've never been in before, you know, a lot of people that maybe have money or still they're not going to be able to afford shit either. So it's going to be rough for everybody.
Yep.
Except for the rich, except for the super rich, because they always make out no matter what. It's really
they do well. They'll be fine.
So, but yeah, if you guys want, we do have a GoFundMe. If you guys want to help out, this is where we're going to be going from here on out. Okay, we're going to be traveling. I'm going to be traveling, Mike. Hopefully, I can get you involved in this full time somehow, so we can figure out how to fund this event. Like, I would really like Mike to just be able to. Mike's been wanting to do this full time for a long time. I know he has.
I mean, it'd be great.
We could really make a difference as a team. Plus, James is going to be involved, our other host. Out in LA, which I need to get out to LA as well. So like I said, it's going to be so many different layers to this. Like chapters are going to be responsible for setting up in their communities as well as expanding in their communities. You know what I'm saying? And so this is a layered event. So we need people, whatever your background is, we could probably use the help. And this is truly about just trying to make things as good as possible for at least some people. Like we have to start giving a shit about one another. We cannot be apathetic in America anymore because people are going to suffer very soon. And if we don't prepare ourselves for the suffering, like I keep telling everybody, I've been telling this for a long time now, we're going to suffer no matter what. If you're going to sit around and do nothing, you're going to suffer. Okay. If you support this, you're going to suffer and you're going to feel like an idiot. And then those of us who understand what's about to happen are trying to warn you and tell you that, look, if we don't build a massive community and show this government that we're done with all of this, dude. We cannot allow this is why the Second Amendment was fucking made. For Christ's sake, it says it in there. Tyrannical government. God damn it, people. Like that's why we talked about liberalism and just not believe. Like you have at least started. I feel like you're more of a leftist now. You've come to terms with the fact that protection may be necessary. Okay, you've come to terms with that. I know you.
Well, of course, we're. I'd be a fool to not look at the state of things and see where it's headed and wonder what it's going to take to just get through the day as far as protecting yourself.
Yeah, and I think the only way we're going to make people aware of this is by going out into the communities. Like that's what Mike and I have always been trying to do is bridge the gap between communities because we always said it. Like every time we go to a protest, we're like, God damn, there's a lot of white people here. You know what I'm saying? But every time we go to a protest, like I'm not going to No Kings 3 because it just feels like it's all performative. It is. It's all planned out. They know when we're coming. They know we're going to be peaceful. So we're not a threat. We need to be more aggressive. I'm not saying, again, this is not about violence. This has nothing to do with starting anything, but we at least have to make the government know that we are just done with this shit. If we keep going along with it, they're going to keep doing it.
They simultaneously want us to depend on them and control what we get back from it, but they also don't want us to exist anymore.
Right.
So, but if we can take our dependence away from them, they start to lose the power because then we don't need them.
Right. And I've also
realized have to be careful who they alienate, and we have to show them that.
I agree. And I will say it. I feel like a lot of people go to protest and then do dick between them and feel like they did something. Like I would go to a protest and I would feel good about myself. I'm not going to lie. Going to protests made me feel like I was participating. And then you did. Absolutely, you did. But if you're not doing anything in between protests, what's the fucking point?
And again, we're trying to stress not everyone needs to do the big things, the visible things. If you want to help out with social media, if you want to help out with mailing letters, there's always room for people to do work to fight fascism and to help your community. And that's what this is about.
Yeah, because you got to understand, like, you're a target no matter what. If you're not with Donald Trump,
right here.
They fear solidarity. Exactly. That's why the Black Panthers were so dangerous to the government. That's why the government hated the Black Panthers, because the original Black Panthers, Huey P. Newton and Fred Hampton, were uniting all oppressed communities, including white people. That is the government's greatest fear. God damn it. Let's put some fucking fear back into the government, man.
Government should be afraid of its people because the government ultimately is supposed to answer to its people.
And there's not the support you see on social media for Trump is not real. Okay, that's not real. Real life support for Donald Trump is barely there. I'm telling you. Okay, the people are jumping ship. Of course, most of them because of gas prices, which is idiotic. But that's how they gauge how good everything is going for some reason.
Sure.
Gas
Not
prices.
about how much suffering other people are in, but how much gas affects them. But whatever, they're waking up.
So any help is greatly appreciated. This is going to be a massive movement, and I am going to be moving extremely fast. And of course, I can't do it without your help. This has got to be a community-led, community-fed organization. Grassroots, 100%. You know what I mean? If I ever get sponsors or anything on social media like Instagram or whatever, all the money I make is going to be going into this. I mean, literally, I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you. Like the trips to Philly cost me close to $3,000. $1,300 of that was donations. But that's going back and forth to Philly and trying to set up the White Lion Party, I spent over $3,000. Okay, so if you don't think I'm committed to this shit, I pour every penny. You can ask Mike. I've poured every penny I have into this podcast over the last 2.5 years. This has literally been our focus the entire time, and I want this to make it. We have to do. We have to. Okay, period. We have to. Tell your friends, tell your family, say, look, there's an organization that's really trying to make a difference. That's all we ask. Okay. Just share this information. If you're able to donate, thank you so much. I believe I put the correct information in the, description of this video. And you could just, if you could share it on your social media, I mean, the faster we move, the better, because we are out of time. Okay. We've been doing the peaceful protesting and nothing in between for over a year now. And we have to progress as a country. We have to realize that peaceful protesting alone is not going to change anything. We got to start building community networks that can rely on one another. Okay. And we have to do it nationwide. I'm talking about every single state. That's how bad things are right now. So love you guys. Mike's got to get out of here. So I'm going to shut the fuck up. Have a good rest of your day and love you guys. Love all of you. Thank you for the support and we'll see you.